What's up guys, it's Enigma here, back with another client coding tutorial. This one will be for an offline / cracked server name changer. It's not actually switching accounts, it's just a name. Now you can actually just switch your name. It doesn't matter, let me just so it's basically, we're going to basically do what we've done in the last tutorial, and that's just create a new class and we'll call it GUI change name. As soon as this class gets created, we want to make it extend GUI screen. Extends GUI screen. And we want to declare a couple of variables. First we want to get some imports. We want to do import org.lwigl.input.keyboard. And then we're going to declare a couple. We're going to do private GUI screen parent screen. Private GUI text field name field, and we're going to do private string current name. Now we can do our constructor, so public class, no sorry, public, what am I saying, GUI change name, GUI screen par0, and this is a constructor which will give it a parent screen. Parent screen is equal to par0. Now that we've done that, we need to do our update screen. Public void update screen. Make sure you're typing exactly as I'm doing it, and this is going to be quite an hour lengthy tutorial. So we're going to do what's it called? Name field dot update cursor counter. That's all we need to do. We're going to do protected void key typed c and I, and then it's going to be name field dot text box key typed, and it's going to be C and I, and then we're going to do a couple of statements. So if C is equal to, and in apostrophes, not quotation marks, apostrophes, you're going to do /t. So if it's in fact /r, we only have to do r. Then we're going to do a simple action performed. So action performed, and it will be GUI button this dot button list dot get 0. So basically when we hit enter, it's going to basically do the command, if that makes much sense. Protected void mouse clicked and I and whatever and k. I'm rushing through this, but just go along with it. We need to do our super.mouse clicked, and it's going to be I j k, like that. And then we're going to do name field dot mouse clicked I j, whoops, what have I done? There we go. and change that to K. There we go, much better. That's all we need to do there. Now we need to do our public void init GUI, public void init GUI. Make sure you're typing exactly as I'm doing. Keyboard.enable repeat events. That's going to be true. We're going to do this dot button list dot add new GUI button ID of 0. Position is going to be width divided by 2 minus 100, and height minus 2, no, not height minus 2, height minus divided by 2, minus 22. The length is going to be 200 and the height is going to be 20. The text is going to say change name, and then we're going to do this basic thing except for cancel. Dot button list dot add new GUI button. This time it's going to be ID 1, it's going to be width divided by 2. Oh sorry, that's wrong, that shouldn't. It's not going to be 200 long, what am I saying? It's going to be about 100 long. Let's change that to that, width minus 2. It's going to be height divided by 2 plus 50. Let's change this one as well. Plus 50. 100 long, 20, and it's going to say cancel. You can mess around with the position and shit like that, but it's up to you. Name field is equal to new GUI text field. Font renderer. Width divided by 2 minus 100. And it will be height divided by 2 minus 24, maybe, I don't know, let's just mess around with it. 220. We don't need another argument actually. And then we're going to do the same thing. In fact, we only need one text field, what am I saying? Height divided by 2 plus 50. So that can actually just be plus 24, because that's way too far down. And we'll get rid of this. Now we need to do our public void draw screen. Public void draw screen int I int gi float f, and then we're going to do draw default background. Gotta do a quick draw string. So what we're going to say in this draw string method is just going to be first font renderer, and it's going to be name, and the position is width divided by 2 minus 100. The height is going to be height divided by 2 plus 12 or 10. What's the other argument? and write the color code 0xa0a0a0. I think I missed out a 0. Right, and then we're going to drawstring font renderer current name plus mc.session.username, and it's gonna be 2 in height minus 10 0x a0 a0 a0, and now we can just draw our text box name field.draw text box. Right, so now that we've actually got all the GUI implemented, what we need to do is super.draw screen. It's going to be IGIF. Very simple. And now we need to do our action performed. Oh, sorry, on GUI closed first. Public void on GUI closed. Keyboard.enable key repeat events false. Now we're going to do our protected void action performed GUI button par0. So if par0 dot enabled, so if it's not enabled, then return, so it's not going to do anything. So now we're going to say if par0 dot id is equal to 0, then we want to do sorry, I'll actually just put, what's this thing called, current name, and in the init GUI we actually just want to type in here somewhere, we'll type in current name is equal to mc.session.username, and that will basically tell us what the username of the current session is. And this is only for cracked servers, remember. I did make an account changer which is more advanced and it actually logs into a real account. So if you want to watch that, then you can go ahead. So if par1.id is equal to 0, then we're going to say mc.session is equal to new session, and we're going to put in here name field dot get text, and the second parameters are empty because it's not actually logging into anything. Right, now that that's done, we can update the current name is equal to mc.session.username. That should update it, but it's going to close the GUI down anyway, so it's not really going to matter. So now that that's done, yeah, we can just display the parent GUI screen, display GUI screen, parent screen, and yeah, in fact we can actually surround this with a try catch statement just to make it a little bit more secure. We can just do catch exception e, and in here we'll just type in e.print stat trace so we can see and debug if there's any errors. Oops, delete. I'm pressing delete but nothing's happening, and it's crashed. And we're back. So yeah, I don't know, just kind of freaked out there. But yeah, that's it. Pretty much for this tutorial. In fact, there's another thing. What I do is the FPS counter that somebody requested. So we're going to go into Minecraft.java and we're going to find debug FPS. We're going to find the second one, and right here we're going to replace this. We're going to change that to, let me think, we're going to do set debug FPS, this .fps counter, and it's going to return an error, but don't worry, we're going to create that method and we're going to get back to it in a second. And I'm going to say this, I'm going to say get debug FPS, and we're going to get an error because we don't actually have this method either. Let me create method. Right, so where are these auto generated methods? Get debug FPS, and it's going to be, it's actually going to be public int public, or we could just return integer dot to string FPS. No wait, it's debug FPS. Let's get this to do away from here because I don't like it. It's just messy. And it's gonna be public static void, and we're gonna put in here, it's gonna say debug FPS is equal to FPS counter 2, and everything should be good to go, I believe. Now in GUI in game, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the top of our GUI thing here, and we're going to say scaled, and yeah, this is going to be useful as well for you guys. Scaled resolution size is equal to new scaled resolution, and I'll tell you what this means in a second. mc.game settings, mc.display width first, remember, and mc.display display height. We're going to say int width is equal to size dot get scaled width, and int height is equal to size dot get scaled height. Really simple. Now what we're going to do, we're going to say first we're going to say string FPS is equal to 247b. I think that's like a light blue color code. FPS colon and mc.get debug FPS, and we're gonna say var8.draw string or shadow. We're gonna say FPS, and the parameters for this is the position, which would be width minus var8.get string width FPS minus 2. Height is going to be height minus var8.get I thought they had a height, but obviously not. Dot font height, yeah, that'll do. And the color code is just anything because it's not really even called in anyway. So now everything should work, and it should display our FPS in the bottom right corner, as long as it should tell us what session ID we're in, as in what. Oh wait, first what we need to do, we need to go into GUI main menu and make another button. So we're going to say this dot button list dot add new GUI button 21 for 220. It doesn't even have to be 200, 100, 100. It's actually going to be like 108. It's going to be 100 long, 20 high, and it's going to say change name. So now that that's done, we can just put that in our action performed. So let's just grab one of these, copy it. 21, and it's going to say new GUI change name, and we don't need all these constructors, so we can just get rid of some of that, and there we go, we're done. So yeah, it's quite a rushed tutorial I guess, but there's quite a few things you learn from it. So you can change your name here, and you can mess around with positions, but I'm going to change my name to Jew. And if we go back into our name, change our thing, you can see it changes our name. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And you can just change these things a little bit, but yeah, that's pretty much all you need to do. So if you've got any questions, you need any help, please leave a comment. Although I've stopped giving my name out and helping people on Skype because I've got too many requests and it's just too hard to keep up with all of it. But yeah, you can change your name here. You can call yourself Notch. There you go. Oh wait, we forgot to do one thing actually. If var0.id is equal to 1, then we're going to say amc.display GUI screen parent screen. That was my bad, sorry about that. So now your cancel button should work. There we go. So you change yourself to Notch, and I'll go into a server here. I've got one, let me get it. Right, well it turns out the server that I usually test stuff on and cracked accounts isn't online right now, but I'm going to a single player world, and you can see when I do /me or whatever, then it will pop up Notch. Yeah, /me test. There you go, says your name and then whatever you said. And now you can see that FPS in the bottom corner is very low because I'm recording, but it's exactly the same as what it is here. Obviously it doesn't display at the same time because this is overriding the GUI, but that can be easily changed with a few lines of code. But yeah, that tells you how much FPS you're getting. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this tutorial. So if you want me to cover anything else, just give me some ideas. Yeah, and as far as the width of this bar, I'll give you one quick tip as well. GUI in game, draw this, and it will be Actually, let's just move that here. We're going to say 425. We're going to say width -2. So basically this box will expand for the whole screen just according to what size your screen is, instead of just being so I'll change my name to Jesus. And you can see down here it will say Jesus logged in, blah blah blah, but it doesn't matter what that says. So yeah, I'm really laggy right now, but what was I gonna check? Yeah, the size of this box will always expand according to the screen size now, and it's also useful for doing stuff like positioning of things, like you see the FPS counter, it's always down at the bottom right hand corner no matter what the size of the screen is, so it's really useful. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say. If you like the video, please leave it a thumbs up. Give me some ideas for other tutorials. If you've got any errors, please just double check it and make sure you've done everything right, because I don't have the time anymore to help everybody. I get a lot of friend requests each day, and it's not that I'm trying to be mean. I would love to help every one of you guys, but it's just not possible. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.